Okay, hello. Um, we're just going to do this video. I was super excited to get this together today. What we're talking about here today is impulsive spending with ADHD and what exactly they don't tell you about impulsive spending with ADHD. And I really was excited to make this video because it's a problem that I've had. It's a problem that people I know have, and it's a big problem. We are going to deal with debt. We're going to deal with upset spouses or partners. We're going to have too much stuff. There's all kinds of reasons that impulsive spending is a problem. And so actually it got brought up as a topic for our relationships video, which is coming out soon, but I wanted to do it today. So my name is Mandy. I am your ADHD coach. I help people go from where they are now to where they want to be faster and having fun doing so. And the biggest thing that I do with my clients and that I've done for myself is help them to become the people that do what they say they're going to do. And I love working with people and making that happen. So you can subscribe, join our Facebook group, follow us on Instagram. I gave you too many things to do. Sorry about that. Take a look at the description. You'll see all the things there. So first we're going to go over some common advice about impulsive spending with ADHD that you'll find when you do a Google search. And it's very good advice. There's nothing wrong with it, but there is a huge component that they don't include in any of this advice. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Sorry, getting ahead of myself with my talking here, but it's the game changer. When you add this last piece to all of the very good advice, that is when you can get a handle on your spending. So we're going to talk about that today. So what is impulsivity? It's acting without thinking. So in this case, it's buying first and thinking later and asking questions later, I should say. Impulsivity is already an issue with those of us that have ADHD. Not everyone deals with impulsivity as a problem, but a lot of people do. And just like with all the executive functions, we don't all deal with them all. We don't all struggle with them all. Some of us do struggle with every single one, but we can all be at different levels. And for a lot of people, impulsive spending and impulsive decisions is a major thing. So it can make the fact that we can be impulsive can make this harder to deal with, but not impossible. Our brains have I'm going to get it out, I promise. Neuroplasticity, meaning you can literally train your brain. And I want to be completely transparent. As I said before in the video, this has been a major issue for me. So after we got out of college, we had college debt. And we spent impulsively during college with our ID at Iowa State University. They gave us a credit card as part of our ID. That is a terrible idea. Our brains aren't even fully formed yet. So they did that, and it's not their fault. It is my fault. I take full responsibility, but I just think that's a bad idea to do with brand new college students. So I had this issue myself, and we had that debt, and I was piling on top of that debt by spending more money, and my husband was as well. Even though he is a neurotypical type brain, he was also spending impulsively. And really it was just we wanted it, we got it, even if we couldn't afford it. That was the biggest problem. And so we would pile on debt, or we would spend all of our money, and he wouldn't understand like why he just got a paycheck and it's all gone. So when I figured out this last piece that we're going to talk about here, that is when, and that was before coaching. So fantastic that I figured it out, but that's when I changed things. That's when I was able to not do the overspending anymore. And so I just no longer felt that desire to overspend. So how about you? How has ADHD negatively affected your finances? So just let me know in the comments. Drop that down there. So awareness. You have a problem with impulsive spending. It's the first step to be aware you're here. There must be some awareness for either yourself or someone you know. They need their own awareness that this is a problem for it to be fixed. So find kind and helpful ways that you can point out the fact that this is an issue, if this is not your own issue. We can't fix anything that we don't think is a problem. And so if you are here because you know you're an impulsive spender, applaud yourself for being here. You've taken the first step, and now you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So the helpful advice that you will find on the internet or in the books or all the places, that's missing that one part, but we'll add that in and we'll make this a whole. So first one is make a list and stick to it. If you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to Walmart, if you're going to the mall, you have your list, you get the things on your list. And so that's like using that prefrontal cortex ahead of time, right? So you've made your list, you get the things on your list, you get nothing more. There's number one. Number two, use cash rather than a credit card. It is painful when your little stack of cash goes down. It is not painful to swipe a credit card. It's not a problem. And especially for those of us with ADHD where it's now and not now, when you're going to pay off that credit card, it's not now. So even if you are paying your bills every month and you're taking care of that balance every month, it's still not now. You're not worried about what exact amount that's going to be, and it could get out of hand. So cash, absolutely. That's what we did. Cash budget did the trick. Along with that other piece. Leave all money or forms of payment at home. And so the advice here is you're going out shopping for something and you have no way to pay for it. Do not bring cash. Do not bring a credit card. Do not have some form of payment on your phone. You're going to go and you're going to shop. You're going to go home. You're going to think it through, make a good decision. And if you'd like to go back for it tomorrow, go ahead. Another suggestion was shop online rather than go to a mall. And the advice there is what happens when we go to the mall. We pick up the thing that we were there for, and then we pick up 5 other things, right? Discuss major purchases with a partner, family member, or friend. So that is we should be discussing major purchases if have our money in a pool anyway, right? If you have a partnership where your money is separate and you don't feel the need to discuss it, fine. If you find yourself in a pickle with your finances, maybe you should start discussing it. Maybe you want their opinion on that. So leave tags, save receipts, and no return policies. So the suggestion here was to leave it in the box, leave it in the bag, leave it there for a day or two, and just think about it. You can take it back. Not a problem. And the other is don't shop socially or for entertainment. And I know that was a little piece of what I was doing. I would just be bored and go out and look for something to buy. And so that was something. So here is the secret sauce. You're shopping because of the way you are feeling now or how you think that purchase is going to make you feel. And once I realized that, along with a cash budget and along with the not entertaining myself with buying things, that was the game changer. It's all about your feelings. And so if you're feeling crappy now, do you feel bad in some area of life that you think this would make a fantastic distraction? Do you think it will make you look better? Do you think it'll make you feel better? Will this solve a problem that you're having? Will it make you look a certain way to other people? Do you think it will make you happy every time you look at it? Will it bring you comfort? These are all just feelings. And if we can develop any feeling we want through what we're thinking, we don't have to purchase the thing to have the feeling, or we don't have to purchase the thing to get rid of the feeling. That boredom that I used to be feeling that I would take myself shopping to solve, there's plenty of ways to solve boredom without going shopping. And one of those ways could be just having another thought that doesn't lead me to boredom. So the great news is, if we're chasing a feeling that we would have without purchasing something, we could just think about it. I need to reword that. I'm sorry. If we're chasing a feeling that we think we will get by purchasing something, we can just change our thinking. So first, ask yourself some questions, and this would make some great journal work to find the feelings that you're after with this purchase or with by doing this shopping, by doing this impulsive spending. Next, ask yourself what I could think right now that would give me the feeling that I need. And so first you're looking to see, okay, what am I feeling? I know that part of what I was feeling was boredom, right? And so I would get down to that in my journal. And next ask myself what I could think right now that would make me not bored in that case. And so what are yours? What are you feeling? The other question is, what feelings are you having most of the time? Because if you're having negative feelings most of the time, then that could be why you're spending to distract yourself. So this is where you would work with a coach like myself to get to the bottom of what is causing you to feel this way. Are you dealing with overwhelm? These are all indulgent emotions that we deal with kind of on a daily basis if that's one that we stay stuck in. So is it overwhelm? Is it doubt? Is it exhaustion? Is it confusion? Is it worry? Or is it busyness? And these can be those indulgent emotions, like I said, and that will lend to the spending. So there's a thought causing these emotions, even if they're those daily ones. I was dealing with a lot of overwhelm. That was my indulgent emotion that I was staying in. And I, working with a coach and self-coaching myself, realized, oh, I have the thought underlying everything that this has to be hard, or that this is hard, or that this is going to be hard. So sometimes when you're struggling with, like, I'm thinking of ADHD type things, when you're struggling with doing the dishes, it's because of a thought that it's going to be difficult, that it's going to take forever, that it's going to be hard. And so really take a look at those. When you get to that, we're on to ourselves. When you figure out what those thoughts are underneath, that's when we're on to ourselves, and that's when we catch them all the time, and we start to realize why we were using that emotion as an indulgent emotion, one that we would just indulge in daily. And we start seeing it everywhere too, which is kind of fun, because once you see it, then there's no going back. You can't cover it back up. So once we're onto ourselves and we'll break free from the indulgent emotion. So it's very common for people with ADHD to deal with anxiety and depression. This could also be fueling your spending. If this is the case, seek professional treatment. Find a doctor to help make sure they're aware that you have ADHD. Oftentimes people go in with anxiety and depression, and what they have is untreated ADHD. I can tell you just from my own experience, I'm not a doctor. I'm not offering you any kind of advice. But once my ADHD was treated, depression gone, anxiety greatly reduced. I would say now I have the anxiety that a normal person would have. Of course, we're going to deal with anxiety in life, but it was constant before. And so take a look at that. Have a doctor take a look. Don't discount your ADHD as not being a problem, or a problem that you once had and it's no longer a problem. So really have that looked at. You are a valuable human being. You don't need to feel bad any more than the human experience is already going to offer you. We're already going to get the 50-50. Don't make it 80-20. We don't want to do that. So get yourself some help. Get in there. So besides having just this great advice that is just good for everything, we need to look at the feeling. We need to look at what we think the purchase is going to make us feel. We need to look at the fact that we're probably distracting ourselves, that we're probably looking for happiness with these purchases, that we are looking to be perceived a certain way, that there's lots of reasons that go with our spending. And the impulsivity is not an impossible hurdle. A lot of these tips will help you take a step back so that you're not making that impulsive decision of really not making a decision. I mean, isn't that what impulsivity is? You're not making a decision. You're just doing something. And so that is what I have for you with this one. I wanted to keep it sweet and short. I thought it was a super important topic. If you have any questions about impulsive spending, if you have you dealt with impulsive spending? Have you figured it out? Like, how did you do that? What did you do to improve this for yourself? Leave that in the comments. Let's hear from each other. I would love that. All right. Have a wonderful day. It's been great to talk to you guys. Bye-bye.